here's another update for you. Well, not really. It's an update, I suppose, because I haven't actually lowered my medication any lower, but there's other factors that come into play with the whole reduction thing, and this time I'd like to talk about functioning. The medication itself is supposed to enable one to live a normal life, whatever that is. But really, it's the equivalent of wrapping a person in a straitjacket and locking them up in a padded room to keep them safe, both from themselves and to keep other people safe, apparently, because they're dangerous or something. I don't know, which isn't true. They're more people who have got diagnosis like paranoid schizophrenia are more likely to hurt themselves than others. I think that's something people forget. Personally, I want to feel alive, and I think that's in my grasp at the moment. Before, I couldn't really cope with the intensity of life, and now I'd like to try. That's the nuts and bolts of it. Just, I don't know, if you never have been had yourself numbed, it's something it's like a human right, I suppose, that you want to be able to experience life, experience all life has to offer. Even the negative bits, they're still without them, it's not really a life. I mean, I suppose it seems a bit of a cliche, not accepting one's diagnosis, and not wanting to be on the meds anymore, which I can understand where people would think that, because it's almost a stereotype of people with mental health problems. It's not that I don't struggle. I need to be quite clear about this. It's not that I don't struggle day to day. Well, in the past I've struggled a lot more, but yeah, it's but I don't believe in the this idea of illness, or that I'm ill per se. But I do struggle, so it's a bit of a weird one. In the past, I've really struggled, of course. The way I see it is, it's more likely that my general way of being is natural, and the world around me is unnatural, rather than vice versa. So functioning. I'm functioning quite well day to day, and I can function on this level. I've kind of reached a level since my reduction. I know I've been up and down, but now I'm on a level. I feel quite good. But I mean, I don't know if I'm assuming too much here, but I think it's just a human thing to feel, think how others look at you, and it's about functioning. I mean, I could function. I suppose, I could probably do things like go out and find a job. I mean, I don't work at the moment. I've had to put all the my training for my peer support training on hold due to the withdrawal. I think I mentioned this. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in the past videos. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to I don't want to function like a zombie, if that makes sense. I don't want to just be functioning, and then I mean, there's different reasons for this, and I'll go into them in a minute. Yeah. Yeah. There is a possibility that I am fucked, destined to just tire, get worn out, not be able to do things. Although the signs are promising. Recently, I've been able to do much more without getting tired. I've been able to think more, feel clearer, get up in the morning by myself, which I know doesn't seem like a big thing, but when your wife is constant, it's when it falls on her to rouse you from from sleep, because you can't physically get even open your own eyes, and it's horrible. And I've actually been able to do that a lot more. I set my alarm, or I got up, and I've actually stayed up most of the time, which is good. Sometimes I do go back to bed, and it's a bit of it's a tricky one, because it's not like I get up and I go, nah, I can't be bothered to do anything today. I haven't got anything in my calendar. I'll just go back to bed. It's more where I think the Olanzapine that I take is a major tranquilizer, so I'm still a bit out of it in the mornings, and the result of that is that it's almost like I'm not really in control. It's that my body it just goes to bed, or it just falls asleep, which is a real pain. But that has been happening less, which is a good sign. As for those reasons why I'd like to not just to function on this level, as in not just to get a job on this level, is I think I've mentioned before that I'm scared of what the medication is actually doing to me internally. Obviously there's things like it makes you put on weight, especially around the middle. So things like diabetes are high risk, and there's other problems to do with weight gain. You can look all those up, I'm sure. I might post a link just in case you're lazy. But that's easy that way, isn't it? Then again, I think I've mentioned it before, there's the fact that only 10% of people who are on medication for a year are able to come off, and their brains renormalise, so they have no symptoms. And I've been on it for over 10 years now, so it's a bit unclear what's going to happen. I know on the meds I'm less and less able to do things, I should say. In the past, I could be busy and not get so worn out. I don't know if that's because I've become more mentally active over time. With the reductions, I've been able to think more, so brain thinking more energy, tired. I don't know if that's what's happened, or is it because my brain has been trying to adjust to the dampening effect of the medication. Could be a bit of both. Obviously, it's not something I can test myself, so I don't think anyone else can test it. It's just you got to pick a side and go with it. Personally, I'm thinking about the long term more than the short term at the moment. I am thinking about the short term, but I'm more conscious of the long term. Things like being able to work long term, have children, be there for the children, raise them, be a good dad, and be healthy as well. I said about what the medication does. It'd be nice to be healthy, be able to function on a level, experience all that life has to offer. I know the short term I struggle for a few weeks when I have the withdrawal, and then there's the knock-on effect of which I've mentioned before, about having more energy and getting more worn out more easily. So in conclusion, I could function today. I could go out and start working, but I'm determined to get off the meds for the reasons I've given. So life is on hold, unfortunately. My life, at least. My wife's is, I suppose, as well. In the short, I'm looking into doing voluntary work, something with no commitment. I can just, the manager won't rely on me solely to be on the floor. It's something I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I'm going to try and look into it. I've never been one to veg out to daytime TV, and just I'm always driven to do things, driven to get places. So that's a good thing. I'm also getting a new psychiatrist, hopefully. After the last post, I'm sure you could see that we didn't see eye to eye, and I need someone who I trust, and who doesn't just pay lip service saying they care about me. Yeah. So once I get the psychiatrist, hopefully then I'll be able to have another reduction, because it's been since last year, August, that was the last reduction, so that's quite a while. But then everyone's different. It's very unclear how that will go. I'm sure I'll keep you posted. It could be a breeze, you never know. Fingers crossed. Of course, it's good to be prepared, and I suppose that's why I'm making these videos, so I can help prepare other people for, yeah, just kind of let you know what you might be dealing with, were you to, or are you to reduce your medication. Thanks.